friends, welcome to this very special edition of Forever Yoga with Susannah. It is very special because it's the first video filmed since I had elbow surgery. Yes, I'm exactly 1 month to the day post-op, and I am still in the healing phase for sure, but I am healing, and here we are together doing what we can do, and that is my philosophy on a good day, on any day. Every single day we need to do what we can do to address our bone density, and you may be dealing with your own physical limitation of some sort, so you will modify where you need to modify, but do what you can. So gather up what you need today, just your mat. I will be using my tall chair for a little bit of support. You could use a wall or your kitchen counter. So gather up what you need, and I'll meet you back where we will begin standing as we always do and allow for a sense of getting grounded. Okay, so let's get started. With our feet a little bit wider than our hips, tailbone drops, shoulders relaxed. Bring your arms out to the sides if they'll go there, and rotate from the shoulders and spread your fingers wide. So you may notice that I cannot extend my arms straight, but I can rotate my shoulders. So if you would like to extend your arm more or not, just feel what feels good for you. And then with your head ramped back slightly, tune into your breath. Good, and then we'll bring the arms up into Cactus Pose, pulling the shoulders back. And then as we bend the knees just a little bit, we'll bring the arms in and then out as we straighten the legs. So we'll start with this bend and straighten. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Good. And now we'll pause. Take your feet in a slight angle now. Bend your knees, and we're in Goddess Pose. Bring your hands down and to your belly. Breath of fire for 10 pumps. You'll exhale through your nose as you pump your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose and start pumping. Mouth stays closed. 5, 8, 10. Okay, and then sit a little deeper. Hands can lightly touch your thighs, and then straighten up. So it's going to be bend and straighten. So we don't round, but we squat. Squeeze your butt on the way up and down. Sit and straighten. Sit and straighten. Breathe through your nose. Good, and now pause here. Shoulders are back and down. Let's go ahead and go into that cactus pose again. In and out. In and out. Good, and relax the hands down. Sit a little deeper and go ahead and come on up. Pivot your feet forward and step 2 feet together and step it out. Now, the Leonardo, one of my new favorite balancing movements, and I do believe this is good for your brain, and it may help us down the road keep us from falling, because that's exactly what's going on. You're sort of falling, but then getting your balance back. But the plus here for the bones is this stress that's going on to your hip bone. Back, side to side. Challenge yourself to hold it and release, and then hold it the other side and release. Now you might be wondering, oh, here's the yoga girl. How is it that she broke her elbow? Well, it was just one of those things. It was dark, it was cold, it was rainy. I had an umbrella. I had a dog on a leash and something got in my way and I simply tripped. It's life. And I'm learning a lot of life's lessons as a result. Next up, heel bounces. Come to the middle of your mat. Have your feet be approximately hip width apart, root down. Remember, you can do heel bounces barefoot or when you're out and about with shoes on. You can be doing them in your shoes if you're at the gym. I do them both ways. And the key is when you come up, you want to engage the muscles of your legs and then come down hard with a bounce. They're called heel bounces, my friends, in order to create impact on your bones, especially your hip bones. So just 10 together right now. Take a deep breath in, up and down. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for a challenge, come up and balance on your tippy toes. Get your balance there, really important. It's a different kind of strength building to stand on your toes for your hips and your knees. Yay! And down with some impact, step it out. Practice that every day. Do 15 to 20 at a shot. Do them morning, noon, and night. Do them barefoot, do them with shoes on. But do them. Now, if you're like me and you've been doing heel bounces every day for years, it's time to add a little bit more stress, because no doubt if you do something all the time, though your bones will get adapted and may not have the same effect. So I discovered the one-legged heel bounce. I do this normally with my kitchen counter as a support. I brought my tall chair here to demonstrate for you how I do use a little bit of support for balance, because you don't want to worry about balance when we just basically want to focus on the impact. Okay, so root down in 2 feet, use some kind of a support or a wall, optional, maybe you don't need it. And then lift up one leg and then come up onto the ball and toes of the other leg, or the standing leg, and down on the heel. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it out, and then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Step it out. Folks always say, how many should I do? Do as many as you feel is a challenge for you. That's my answer. Okay, I'm taking my chair away. Next up, we're going to practice some lunges and moving from the ground to standing. This will be great for core, for balance, and strength. And I won't be doing any weight bearing on my arms today, so you can make modifications and adjust this routine to please yourself, if you like. Come to your knees. Knees, hips, shoulders are in alignment. If this is not comfortable underneath your knees, you can put a blanket or fold up your yoga mat underneath your knees. From here, take your hands, place the hands behind your lower back gently, and then send your sternum towards the sky, and you're in a modified camel pose, which is a back bend. Hold and breathe. If you like to go into a further variation of this, if you know it, go for it. Find your breath, and then relax. Take, let's say it's your left foot forward, keeping your right leg back. You're in a 90-90 position for your legs, and find balance here. Good. Breathe. We'll take the arms into a cactus, bring the shoulder blades together, and then, as we did earlier, elbows come in to touch and open. Great for posture. Open and close. Coordinate some breath work here. And pause, and then place your hands down on your leg. Okay, so we'll lift up the heel, and this becomes another balancing challenge and strengthens the calf muscle. Good, and then put the foot back down. Take the opposite arm from the bent knee. So if you have your left leg forward, it'll be your right hand will come to the outside of that leg. And then I'm going to be placing my my back hand on my hip and looking straight at you. And then begin to turn to look over my shoulder. You may have the option to extend your arm straight behind you and do that variation of the twist. Find your breath. So this is this is not a big twist. This is a very good strengthening twist. Safe. Hold and breathe. Look forward. Good. And now, I don't have the ability to put weight on my hands, so curling back toes, I have to use the strength of my core and my legs and my ability to balance to stand up. So if you want to modify or do it the more traditional way, place your hands on the floor to come up, go right ahead. If you'd like to join me in this challenge, you'll lift the back knee up and then step up until you're standing. And then bring 2 feet together and step it out. And then in Utkatasana, arms come as high as you like. Sit down in Utkatasana, breathe. Relax, sink your hips, breathe. And then stand up again, squeeze your butt. Come on back down to your knees. Curl your toes. Maybe sit back on your heels. This is great for your feet. Breathe. Come on back up to those 2 knees. This time, bring your arms in front of you. Send your hips forward. You could straighten your arms. This is as far as I'm going here with my arms. And now lean back. Just lean back a little ways. Lean back. Hips are pushing forward as you lean back. And again, lean back. One more time. Lean back and hold and release. Other side for that low lunge. Step a foot forward. Good. Get your balance here. Engage your inner thighs together. You're rooting down in your one foot and in the back of your back foot. Your arms come up into that cactus pose again, and then some snow angel arms to the extent that you can go up and down. So you might be able to go a little bit farther both directions than I am doing. Breathe in, breathe out. Great for your shoulders. Breathing. Pause. Excellent. Hands come down. We'll take one hand onto the opposite hand as the bent leg goes across, and then the other hand can come on your hip, and you'll turn to look straight away. You can look straight, or you can turn your head into a full twist. You can keep your hand on your hip. Now, of course, on this other side, my arm will allow for an extension. You can do that option or not. Find your breath in an easy twist. Excellent. Look forward and then lift up your heel, and we'll balance there. Breathe. Lower the heel. Now, if you'd like to go down and come up the more traditional way, you know how to do that. Or follow me for the hands-free stand. Curl your back toes, lift the back leg up, and step up. 2 feet together, Tadasana mountain pose. Arms come in front into I Dream of Genie arms. Sit your hips back, Utkatasana. Good, release the arms and stand up straight. back on down. This time, we'll sit back all the way to your butt, balancing on your sitting bones. Nice straight back. Bring your feet up. And as long as your back is still straight, you're good to go. If you find yourself rounding, then come to this starting position again. Okay, so core strength, feet lift, and option to lift your arms, option to straighten your legs. Breathe. Excellent. And now we'll just sit right up, gently cross at the ankles, come to a comfortable seat. And then extend one leg out to the side and lean a bit forward towards that leg. Bend the knee a little bit and lean a little more. So it's a forward bend with a bent knee so the spine stays straight. And then lift up. So that leg is going to come across like so. And you'll just do the most gentlest of twists. Now, if your knees don't like this, you'll straighten the underneath leg and cross that way. Understood? So a position of for twisting, but you're only twisting about 30% because you're not looking too far. But it's really great. Find your breath. Do what you can. Look forward under your legs. We'll shake out. Other side. Put your foot inside your inner thigh. Lean forward. Let's bend the knee a little bit and lean forward some more. So this is your forward bend, one-legged forward bend with a little bit of a bent knee. This way you keep your spine totally straight. Remember, there's nowhere to go. Wherever you are is perfect. Don't want to round, just want to lengthen. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent, and then come on up. So now, if this bent leg will stay bent, happily, you'll cross the other over. On this side, my knee prefers that I straighten this leg for the twist, so I will. I'll straighten that leg and cross over. Sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders. Easy twist. Lift and lengthen, and then turn, moving from your navel and your chest, just to look to the side. Don't go any further than just a side look. Find breath. If you have this knee bent, great. And if you have this underneath leg straight, flex your foot. Take about 3 breaths here. Full, nice, deep breaths. And then untwist to center. Release your legs. Plant your feet on the floor. And come on down to your back. Once you're on your back, you'll pick up your feet, bring your knees up, and then we'll do small circles. So I'm basically not using my arms as much as I normally would, and that's fine. So I will just keep my arms relaxed and utilize my abdominal muscles and back muscles to do sacral circles here. And the knees are just going around in a circle, and then I switch directions. Do that several times. I like slow it down and then go the other way. You can make your circles a little bigger. They're really good for your abs. And your back. Okay, release, plant both feet on the floor. Let's keep the left foot down, right knee in, extend right leg to the ceiling. And then you might want to put pressure on your upper arm bones. I will not. I'm going to lift my hips up off the floor and hold a one-legged bridge. Turning it into a one-legged forward
figure four. Rest the side of your foot on the top of your thigh. Lift your hips up higher. Hold. And release. Pick your foot up off the floor, and you can now do that nice hip stretch if you like. Any variation on a hip stretch that you love. You're gonna feel that. And then release, shake it out, and the other side. So we'll keep the right foot down, left knee in, left leg up to the ceiling, and lift your hips up and hold. One-legged bridge. You can rest the side of your foot at the top of your thigh and have it be a one-legged figure four bridge. This puts an extra different kinds of load onto your hips and your spine. You may be using your upper arms more than I am. And release. Good, and then pick the foot that's on the floor up, and then do some stretches here that feel good. Great, and release. You can place your hands lightly behind the knees if that feels good, and do a gentle bounce out. Great. And then a traditional bridge pose, 2 feet down. Doesn't matter where they land, just root down 2 feet, and then lift your hips up off the floor, lift up, send your hips up, and keep going, pressing down on the feet, lifting up with the hips, engaging your inner thighs and your glutes, your butt. A bridge a day keeps bone density at bay. Slow release, both feet up off the floor, rock side to side. Go ahead and find the twist that works for you. Perhaps you'd like to do both bent knees to one side, and that feels great to me, or a knee down twist, but just go part way. Remember, when we twist, when we are concerned about low bone density, we only go no more than 50% of our range of motion to be safe. However, we want to twist to really move and nourish the muscles around our joints. Okay, and that's it. Spinal rock, if you are able, up and down to sitting, or gently roll to one side and safely find your way to a seat. So I'm going to spinal rock. Remember, my spine is adapted to this. Yours may be not, and therefore you won't be doing this. So remember, we are all individuals on a spectrum, and we have to take responsibility for our own limitations, but do what we can to get stronger. So once you've found your way back up to a comfortable seat, relax your shoulders. Maybe close your eyes, tune into breath. And hands together, rub them. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's bone strengthening yoga with modifications. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, a like, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I have many more bone strengthening friendly videos you may want to check out. If you are interested in what I did to increase my own bone density successfully when I was diagnosed with osteopenia, it's been 11 years ago now, you can go below this video and there is a place where you can click and give me your email. You'll receive an email from me. Lastly, if you're not yet a member of the Strong Bones Challenge Facebook community, you should join today. There's a link for that below as well. So thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you next time.